too.
I know, it's a nightmare. Is she there? Oh, no, she is. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am pleased to call to order the March 7th, 2019 meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Note the presence of all three commissioners, and I'm going to ask Controller Sanchez to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have a couple opening commissioners' comments. First, I want to announce that an executive session was held on February 26, 2019 to discuss litigation matters. And I'm very excited to announce a bunch of dates that will allow our community to have the opportunity to see our new voting system prior to the May 21st primary. The first event will be on Saturday, April the 6th, and that will be an in-person opportunity for voters to become familiar with our county's new voter-verified paper ballot system. The system demo will be held on Saturday, April the 6th at 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. at the Ambler Borough Hall. And people will be able to come in and handle a ballot and vote a ballot. And I think we're doing a mock election that day, Corey. Are we still going to try to do that? Something like that, yeah. So it'll be fun, and it'll be a really great chance to get to see this new system. And then following that, I have the dates for our conversations with the commissioners, which is our version of a town hall. We're going to be doing 4 of them, and prior to the conversation with the commissioners, we're also going to have a voting demo. So you can come to see the voting system and then stay and hear the conversations with the commissioners. So those dates are Tuesday, April 9th at the Upper Marion Township Building, Tuesday, April 23rd at the Montgomery County Community College West Campus in Pottstown, Wednesday, May 1st at the Upper Perkiomen Education Center in Pennsburg, and Monday, May 6th at Arcadia University in Glenside. The voting demonstration will start at 6, and the conversation with the commissioners will start at 7. All of this will be posted on our website shortly. We'll be sending notifications out by social media, so you can check all of those things to get the. And we really hope that people come out and see the new system. All right, any other opening comments? No? Okay, great. Then we will move on to approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the February 21st, 2019 minutes of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence, second by Commissioner Gale. Any board comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, we have 2 reports today. First, our Public Safety Director, Tom Sullivan. Good morning, Director Sullivan.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen. Try to work this. Thank you for allowing me to tell you a little bit about what we did last year in our department. I'm going to try to work this high technology machine here. So first, tell you the background. We have 2 exercises, 2 rituals we do every year in our department. In December, the leadership team goes off-site. Try to use county parks. We have a great spot at, I think it's called the Old Mill House at Central Perkiomen Park, where we spend a day talking about what we're going to do in the next year. A couple of weeks after that, in January, beginning of the month, we have an all-hands-on-deck meeting. Everyone comes who's available, and we spend an hour asking each division to pretty much brag about what they did for the past year, and gives us a chance to kind of visit the last year and reset for the new year. And it's a great exercise. We capture that information, and what we have done for years is produce a very long, detailed written report. I have no idea whether anybody ever reads it, and it takes us almost till summertime to get it out, get it published. We wanted to try something a little different. We know it's important to be accountable to our bosses, to our public safety stakeholders, to our employees, and we thought we'd take advantage of some new technology and create something more attractive, more modern, and something people might enjoy reading. So fortunately for us, we have some young, smart, creative employees. On this particular project, Todd Stieritz did the heavy lifting, Tim Albertson helped, and everybody else contributed one way or the other. So the report speaks for itself. I'm not going to read all the details and so forth. I'm going to ask everyone to take a look at it on our website and all our social media platforms and try to share it. So this is our 2018 story. The introduction will show why I decided politics or public speaking was not a good position for me in life.
Hello, I'm Tom Sullivan, and as the Public Safety Director, I'm privileged to lead a team of 200 professionals who work around the clock to help keep Montgomery County safe. This is a look at some of the things we've done in 2018. The many accomplishments you will see and read about in this report would not have been possible without the assistance of our county commissioners, their staff, our public safety agencies, and our municipalities. Thank you for all your support during 2018, and we look forward to another year of progress.
So going through this quickly, I just want to emphasize a couple of points that you're probably aware of in some degree. So we've created a interdisciplinary and multi-agency task force to create an active threat plan, which is in its final draft stage. Our hazmat team did a comprehensive 5-year strategic plan, and this shows some of the training going on. We have several $100,000 of new metering equipment. And we can help detect fentanyl and other bad substances in very, very small particles. Something we're proud of with our municipal partners. 100% of their operational plans have been reviewed and approved, which is in our second year of doing that. We're very proud of that. We completed a debris management plan, something that's not really well known, but you have these hurricanes, major storms. We recover millions of dollars from the federal government to help with that, but we're required to have certain plans in place. Sometimes these debris problems from major storms last for years and cost a small fortune. We now are in a much better position with this new plan we have. We completed a hazard mitigation plan with the help of the planning department, and we're up to about 70% now of our municipalities have adopted that plan. I'll go quickly here, but I wanted to show you some of the highlights. Bleeding control is a major topic for us this past year. We have created and provided training for bleeding control. Any place where there might be concerns of active shooters, schools, churches, school nurses, teachers, security guards. Fire Department study was completed last year from a Homeland Security grant that brought together our stakeholders from the fire service to try to plan the future with the volunteer fire service. So this is just a picture of an exercise, a backup. We're strong believers in coup planning, and we have the ability to set up 50 computers and 50 satellite phones anywhere on short notice, and we exercise that a couple times a year. You may recall this, commissioners, you were at this exercise, the Strategic National Stockpile, which we exercise from time to time as well for mass events. This is kind of interesting. We've partnered with Arcadia University as well as our community college to help give students who complete our EMS courses college credits, and they can move along the chain of healthcare professions if they choose to do that. Again, using Homeland Security grants, we bought tens of thousands of dollars in props to help train our EMS and fire rescue folks. 61,000 hours of training for our volunteer firefighters. And again, there's a picture here that's in the center. Steve Beck, our school safety security expert. He's well known throughout Pennsylvania as the expert in school safety and security, and we provide about 339 programs last year at in all of our schools for active shooters. This is another interesting statistic. We shot our police departments in our range At no cost to them, the municipality shot almost 1 million rounds of ammunition for training. Again, just some, this is a picture of our urban search and rescue team, a highly trained team of, comprised mostly of volunteer firefighters, trained to FEMA standards to be able to handle collapsed buildings and people trapped in any kind of strange configuration that they get themselves into. As you may recall, we planned and executed in very short notice a symposium for faith-based groups after the Pittsburgh shooting. It was well received. And another highlight for us was the first time ever there was a county-hosted records management system for law enforcement. We started this project in 2007, had to gain buy-in from law enforcement and the district attorney's office. We now have 33 agencies live on this system, and within the next few months we'll be rolling out an entire intelligence capability directly to about 1,000 mobile computers for the police departments. We also partner with the district attorney's office to provide the Stop It app for phones for stopping school violence and bullying. And just a couple quick stats on 911 Center, our busiest and biggest division. And every week we're processing about 15,000 calls for help. Of those, 13,000 are for police, EMS is 1,500, and fires about 7. Of the fires, there's about 5 of those are confirmed structure fires. Every week we're dispatching 6 armed robberies, and our emergency medical dispatch personnel in our comm center assist people with CPR directions over the phone. So that's 19 a week. So if that doesn't get you to the gym, that's pretty scary. And we average about a push to talk every 3 seconds around the clock. So that's 1 million a month. So it's pretty busy. And we're very proud of this stat. The national standard is 10 seconds to answer a phone call. We do it in 2.7 seconds, 9% of the time. With your assistance, you may recall we had a pretty serious staffing shortage as people went out and got new jobs. We had a marathon and hired 47 new telecommunicators. It was a lot of work. We appreciate the publicity you helped generate for that. Again, we've talked before about our accreditations, which we're very proud of. And our longest activation for our Emergency Operations Center was 5 days. You may recall the storm last year. We had help from the National Guard. It was a very long-term, difficult operation. And this is kind of another highlight is we were able to acquire, through Homeland Security, 2 drones. And they're very high tech. We can do still photography, thermal imaging, record video, and live streaming capabilities from an altitude of 400 feet. So we now have them available. Again, we've incorporated our physician response team, which is kind of an unusual asset, with our hazmat teams and our urban search and rescue teams and our sheriff's bomb squad into one cohesive special operations group. Another big topic for us, obviously, is working to support other county agencies with the Narcan program, with 309 times it was used last year, saving 273 patients. That's law enforcement only. EMS has its own set of very high numbers as well, which we support. I do want to mention this. We tried something new as well, using GPS. For priority 1, the most critical life-threatening EMS calls, we now send, it's hard to believe this didn't happen before, the nearest ambulance based on their vehicle location. 16 of the 19 EMS agencies have opted in on this program. It's about 5% of the calls that they go to are, considered immediately dangerous to life. It's been successful. A lot of some technical kinks we still work out, but we're very happy now that most of our ambulance squads are participating in this program, and we hope to expand this to the fire service in 2019. Our armored car, which is riddled with bullet marks because it has saved the lives of our police officers in real situations, went out for 28 high-risk incidents and 21 training sessions. The Department of Homeland Security has agreed to replace this for $300,000 or $400,000 in 2019 for us. So it's had a lot of use. And our other big project is license plate readers. We supplied 37 of these at about $30,000 apiece to our police departments. There's a waiting list, and they're reading about 1 million reads of license plates every year. And these license plate readers have solved some very heinous crimes in our 5-county region. And finally, I wanted to mention about our social media platform. We're proud of the work we're doing in this area, and you can take a look at the increase in numbers, which I think is not only for our department, but of course reflects, since we all share things, reflects across all the county government. Our Homeland Security folks have spent over $13 million for the 5 counties that we oversee that fiduciary responsibility to help make us safer. That's these mug shots. This is the leadership team that went off-site to plan the year and review last year, and it's a great group. So I'll conclude. I want to thank the commissioners, Mr. Soltesiak, Mr. Stein, all your leadership team here for all the support and their help last year. And I want to recognize the public safety employees. They work very hard, days, nights, holidays. It's a great group. I'm proud to be associated with them. And again, thank you.
Well, Director Sullivan, thank you. That's really fantastic. Oh, don't walk away so quickly. Really great effort. I urge folks to really go through this. There's so much information contained in this report. It's easy to read. It goes by quickly. And I think so much of this is stuff that people take for granted. You know, they don't realize, because it works pretty well here, how much time and effort and training and professionalism go into the work that your department does. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
One question, one comment. Just to go back to the discussion around the ambulances, if my memory serves me correctly, it could mean that an ambulance is going into a catchment area that they don't normally cover, correct? Right, so I just want to emphasize that for folks, that the ambulances are cooperating to the extent that they may go into a municipality that they would not normally cover, but happen to be close to it when that critical call comes. And I want to thank them, because I think I was at one of the first meetings with them where we began this discussion, and it was a pretty heavy lift for a lot of them. So I do hope that the rest come on board, because it provides very vital response times to individuals who have cardiac arrest, for instance. So it's great to hear that it's made that much progress. And then I also just want to comment about the event that you had for the faith communities after the Pittsburgh shooting. I continue to hear from folks out in the community how important that was to them and how grateful they were that so quickly after that they had the ability to get factual information that could really help them in their houses of worship and make their communities safer. So probably something we should do again. I think the word's gotten out there about how helpful it was, and I think we would have another 120-some folks that would come a second time. So,
great.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Tom, congratulations on another great year. Thanks for sharing the report. Thank you for your leadership. What always strikes me is whenever I go to the EOC is the sense of calm that's there. In the 911 call center or throughout, there's a sense of calm and purpose, and I think that comes from your leadership and the example that you set. So thank you.
Thank you.
I too would like to thank you, Tom, and I know everyone can agree a core function of government is to provide public safety. On a federal level would be national security, and here on a county level with our public safety training department. And the success you have with training, educating, providing the resources to our law enforcement officers, our first responders, our firefighters is second to none. I hear that on a regular basis when I have conversations with your counterparts in surrounding counties. They look to Montgomery County as an example, leading the way in technology, efficiencies. We're number one. And this report shows that. My compliments to you and the staff that compiled this report. It was very well put together, and I think it's a great improvement from the past other reports I saw. Not that they weren't good, but I like the new style.
Somebody did read them. Good.
Yes. And also, I'm proud of the work that we accomplished with recruiting and maintaining telecommunicators. I know that was a challenge we faced, and on today's salary board, there's none on the offer roll, so it's working. And I look forward to continued success in your department, and please pass on our compliments to the staff there.
I will. Thank you.
And I think you're underestimating how telegenic you are. So, maybe you should do more of
Think
that.
about it.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
All right, Controller Sanchez. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here today. I wanted to talk about our controller's fraud and abuse tip line that we're rolling out. And the first question I want to address is why a fraud hotline? Fraud can be known or suspected by members of the victim organization, but sometimes people are afraid to call up and let other people know. They're afraid of retribution. And just to let you know that most fraud is detected from tips, and so and also that early detection can reduce the extent of losses, of financial losses. Examples of county fraud would be stolen funds, not charging for services, not working paid hours, personal use of county property, vendors supplying substandard materials or services, reimbursement above actual expenses incurred, directing purchases based on personal relationships. And what we're talking about here with the fraud and abuse tip line is only for Montgomery County government resources and activities. So we're not talking about fraud in the private sector, fraud in anyone's personal life, fraud in an employer that isn't the county. We're really focused here, and we have to be focused on government resources and activities. So employees here who are committing fraud or who know of fraud, or residents of Montgomery County who are aware of employees who are committing fraud against the county. And so today we're rolling out a hotline phone number where you can call in anonymously and give a tip. And that dedicated line is available 24 hours, 7 days a week. It is 610-278-3678. And then we also have on the website, you can go to montcopa.org/328/fraud-abuse-tip-line. And again, those are available 24/7. And we're just hoping that if someone knows of something and they want to report anonymously, the controller's office will investigate it from there.
Great, terrific. Well, thank you. And I assume all of this is on the controller's website.
It is. It's also on the intranet for
Okay.
county employees.
Great.
So you can go on the left side and you can click on the website and the phone number. We also have, if we can, I don't know if we can get it to work through a phone. We also have a little song just so you remember that there's a tip line. Coming anytime. It did not work. Oh, okay. Well, you get the it's a Blondie song. Yes. It's supposed to be "Call Me" by Blondie, and it has the phone number 610-278-3678.
Controller, that wasn't you singing there?
It was not.
I thought there was a talent
It was
we didn't
Mrs.
know about.
Landauer actually singing, but doing her impersonation of Blondie. So
That's impressive.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Yep.
It's a wonderful resource to have available. All right, we will move on to resolutions. Ms. Holtman?
Morning,
Good morning.
Commissioners. You have a resolution in front of you to approve 2 planning assistance contracts. They're 50/50 cost share contracts whereby the Planning Commission provides technical services to our municipalities over a 3-year time period. The 2 contracts, the first one is for Marlborough Township. It's a renewal. The total cost is $62,370, split equally between the municipality and the county. We'll be working on zoning and subdivision land development ordinance updates, a parking study, and a village plan for Sumney Town. The second contract is for Bridgeport Borough. This is a new contract for the Planning Commission. We'll be working on a comprehensive plan for the borough. We'll also have an extensive public outreach process with that comprehensive plan and complete updates to their zoning and subdivision and land development ordinances. The total cost of that contract is $74,844.
Great, thank you. Is there a motion that the proper county officials, in accordance with the authority conferred by law, subject to the approval of the county solicitor, are hereby authorized to approve the contracts for municipal planning assistance with Marlborough Township and Bridgeport Borough as outlined in the resolution?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gale. Any board comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Ms. Masters. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. So before you today is a resolution to revise Montgomery County Public Health Code, Chapter 3, Communicable and Non-Communicable Diseases, Section 84 regarding Salmonellosis isolation. So this change will require a case of Salmonellosis who prepares or serves food for public consumption to cease work until they have 2 consecutive negative stool samples at least 48 hours after antibiotic therapy if prescribed and at least 24 hours apart. Previously, our code has required a case of Salmonellosis who prepares or serves food for public consumption to cease work until they're asymptomatic. This change is due to the identification of individuals who serve and prepare food for public consumption to be possible sources of Salmonellosis transmission. This change will also align us with the Food and Drug Administration Food Code that is utilized by Chapter 4 Food Protection in our Public Health Code currently. In 2018, 2% of all confirmed cases of Salmonellosis were identified individuals who serve or prepare food for public consumption, which would require isolation under the new code. This is consistent with our counterparts in Chester County who adopted this revision and require this isolation. Overall, this revision for Montgomery County Health Code will be an additional tool for prevention and control of disease spread.
Thank you. Is there a motion that the Montgomery County Commissioners hereby approve the proposed revisions to the Montgomery County Public Health Code attached in the resolution and authorize the County Board of Health to take the appropriate steps to adopt and advertise these revisions?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gale. A couple questions for you.
Sure.
One is, this is considered then a best practice? Would that be
Yes.
appropriate to say that?
That is appropriate,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're coming up to
Yes.
what would be the highest level of protection for our community.
For our resident.
And then could you talk a little bit about what protections are in place for workers who may have to miss work for a very
Yeah.
long time because of this?
So thank you to our solicitor who identified that ADA does actually protect workers from losing their job if they're excluded. So they have to actually, an employer has to reserve that job for an individual if they are required to cease work under this code.
And we'll put a mechanism into place to make sure both the employee and the employer are aware of that
Yep.
ADA requirement.
Yep.
Terrific.
Great.
Any other board comments? Any public comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Mr. Stein, a TEFRA.
Yes, once again, this request in front of you today is from the Montgomery County Higher Education and Health Authority. They are seeking to sell $550 million worth of bonds for Thomas Jefferson University. It wants to do extensive capital projects at a number of their facilities, both in Philadelphia, New Jersey, as well as in Montgomery County, specifically for Jefferson Hospital Abington. They're in Lansdale and Willow Grove. They want to do some refurbishment of their Abington Hospital location as well. This, as standard, this would not obligate the county in any way, but this is required under the tax code.
Thank you. Is there a motion that the proper county officials, in accordance with the authority conferred by law, subject to the approval of the county solicitor, hereby approves the project for Thomas Jefferson University as described in this resolution, and approves the issuance of the bonds by the Montgomery County Higher Education and Health Authority for the financing of the project? Be it further resolved that the approvals and declarations in this resolution shall in no way pledge or otherwise obligate the credit or taxing power of the county, nor shall the county be liable for the payment of principal or interest or premium, if any, on any obligations issued to finance the project, nor shall the county have any obligation or liability whatsoever with respect to the project. This resolution shall take effect on the date of adoption hereof.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Gale.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Any public comment? Could you come to the microphone and identify yourself, please? Good morning.
I object to Thomas Jefferson University, period. They are in violation of Title VII discrimination acts, and they have had several, I don't know how many because they're basically sealed, cases against them for employment discrimination. So I'm against them.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. We have a number of appointments and reappointments to some of our boards and commissions. First is an appointment and a set of reappointments to the Montgomery County Emergency Medical Services Advisory Council. Is there a motion that Dr. Alvin Wong be appointed to the Montgomery County Emergency Medical Services Advisory Council as the Regional Medical Director Representative for a term to expire on December 31st, 2021, and that the following individuals be reappointed to the EMS Advisory Council? Chief Michael Pitko as the Police Chiefs Association's representative, Chief Michael Campeggio as the Fire Chief Association's representative, Albert Vagnozzi as the General Public Consumer representative, Dr. Stephen Pulley as the Emergency Department representative, Margaret McGoldrick as the Hospital Administrator representative, and Terry Cicerone as the Emergency Nurses representative. With the exception of Chief Pitko, whose term shall begin immediately and expire on December 31st, 2021, each other reappointment shall serve a term that begins April 21st, 2019, and expire on April 20th, 2022, with each appointment and reappointment serving at the pleasure of the County Commissioners and in accordance with the current duly adopted bylaws.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence.
Second.
By Commissioner Gale. Any board comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Now, a reappointment to the Montgomery County Industrial Development Authority. Is there a motion to reappoint Mr. Richard D. Piano, Jr. to the Montgomery County Industrial Development Authority for terms to expire on December 31st, 2023, and to serve at the pleasure of the County Commissioners and in accordance with the current duly adopted bylaws?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gale. Any board comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Now, appointments to the Montgomery County Aging and Adult Services Council. Is there a motion that Barbara Menon, State Representative Thomas Mert, and State Senator Maria Collette be appointed to the Montgomery County Aging and Adult Services Advisory Council for terms to expire on December 31st, 2021, and each serving at the pleasure of the County Commissioners and in accordance with the current duly adopted bylaws?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Gale.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Now, an appointment to the Montgomery County Community College. Is there a motion to appoint Mr. Rick Taylor to the Montgomery County Community College Board of Trustees for a term to expire on December 31st, 2024, and serving at the pleasure of the County Commissioners and in accordance with the current duly adopted bylaws?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gale. Any board comment? Any public comment? Now we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Mr. Soltesiak.
Yes, we have one advertisement this morning. The first is an RFP on behalf of Health and Human Services for instructional coaching related to the Bureau of Justice Assistance Stop School Violence and Mental Health Training Program. The successful firm will create a customized coaching plan to meet needs of partner school districts, provide one-on-one support for teachers delivering evidence-based program up to 1 year post-training, and conduct teacher observations, provide feedback, and help with performance goals. They will also provide technical assistance to school-based instructional coaches on an ongoing basis. All bids, as a reminder, and RFPs are available on the county's public purchase website at montcopa.org/purchasing.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the preceding request for an advertisement of an RFP as described by the Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Lee Soltesiak, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Gale.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Awards of contracts, Mr. Soltesiak.
Yes, we have 15 this morning. The first is a contract award for IT for equipment. The award goes to CDW Government in the amount of $401,492.37. The contract provides for equipment related to the security upgrades to support the new voting system. The equipment is available through a PA CoStarz contract. Number 2 is a contract award for Health and Human Services for pesticide services. The award goes to the PA Department of Environmental Protection in the amount of $30,000. The contract the county participates in a black fly suppression program sponsored by the DEP and managed by the Office of Public Health. The DEP entered into contracts with spray contractors for the purpose of suppressing black fly populations through the aerial application of state and federally approved pesticides. Spray operations occurred during the 2018 calendar year. Number 3 is a contract award for the District Attorney's Office and the Coroner for drug testing and forensic toxicology services. The award goes to National Medical Services in the amount of $2,540,000. The contract provides for drug testing and forensic toxicology services for the District Attorney and Coroner's offices. The contract is for a period of 2 years with 3 optional annual renewals. The provider is the only firm that meets the requirements of the county. Number 4 is a contract award for the District Attorney for equipment. The award goes to Crime Point, Inc. in the amount of $95,497.80. The contract provides for camera equipment and accessories. The equipment is available on a GSA contract. Number 5 is a contract award for the District Attorney for a vehicle. The award goes to Kelly Automotive Group in the amount of $27,030. The contract provides for a 2019 Nissan Pathfinder. The vehicle is available through a PA CoStarz contract. Number 6 is a contract award for the District Attorney for a vehicle. The award goes to Whitmoyer Auto Group in the amount of $30,398. The contract provides for a 2019 Ford Edge. The vehicle is available on a PA DGS contract. Number 7 is a contract award for assets and infrastructure for a vehicle. The award goes to Whitmoyer Auto Group in the amount of $58,768. The contract provides for one 2019 Ford F-150 and one 2019 Ford F-350 for the use in county parks. The vehicles are available from a PA DGS contract. Number 8 is a contract award for assets and infrastructure for a vehicle. The award goes to Apple Chevrolet in the amount of $31,340.20. The contract provides for a 2019 Chevrolet Colorado for use in the county parks. The vehicle is available on a PA DGS contract. Number 9 is a contract award for assets and infrastructure, also for a vehicle. The award goes to New Holland Auto Group in the amount of $24,964. The contract provides for a 2019 Dodge Ram 1500 van for use by county public property. The vehicle is available on a PA CoStarz contract. Number 10 is a contract award for purchasing for a vehicle. The award goes to New Holland Auto Group in the amount of $23,010. The contract provides for a 2019 Ford Transit F-150 van. The vehicle is available on a PA CoStarz contract. Number 11 is a contract award for assets and infrastructure for sidewalk replacement. The award goes to Ocean Construction, Inc. in the amount of $28,475. The spec was accessed by 14 firms with 3 responding. The contract provides for sidewalk replacement at the Willow Grove Annex. The contract is awarded to the lowest responsible contractor. Number 12 is a contract award for assets and infrastructure for engineering. The award goes to Michael Baker International, Inc. in the amount of $381,629.97. The contract provides for the environmental studies, preliminary engineering, final design, and construction consultation for the replacement of County Bridge 275, Waverly Road, over Tacony Creek in Cheltenham Township. The statement of interest was advertised on the PennDOT ECMS system, and the proposals were evaluated and approved by PennDOT. Number 13, there are 2 contract renewals and 4 amendments for health and human services. The providers and services are on a list in the back of the room. Number 14 is a contract renewal for assets and infrastructure. For water sampling and analysis, the award goes to Analytical Laboratory Services, Inc. in the amount of $14,500. The renewal provides for a 6-month extension while the new RFP is completed. The contract provides for the sampling and analysis of groundwater and leachate at closed county landfills that were formerly owned by the county. The contract term is from 2/1/2019 through 7/31/2019. And number 15 is a contract amendment for housing and community development for consulting services. The award goes to Capacity for Change, LLC, in the amount of $72,000. The contract provides Your Way Home Senior Advisor and Continuum of Care consulting services. The amendment provides for additional activities related to the community engagement process of the Montgomery County Affordable Housing Strategic Plan. The revised contract is for $93,000. And that is all.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the preceding awards of contract as described by the Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Lee Soltesiak, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gale. Any board comment? Any public comment? Good morning.
Good morning, Pauline Braccio from Tomlinson Township. I want to talk about number 12, the contract for bridge number 245 over Waverly Road. We have a lot of bridges. Actually, I'm not talking specifically about this bridge at this time. It's the first I've heard of it. But how many bridges are there in Montgomery County? The budget says 131. Your website says 133. The website really should be updated as to, because you have that one thing where for the $5 vehicle fund. It really needs to be updated as to how many bridges are now completed, how many are underway, and how many still need to be done. So I'd like an update on that. I'd like to see that. And also how definitively the number of bridges that exist in Montgomery County. Is there a number?
Thank you. We don't do Q&A here, as you know.
I know, but it's just a number. So you don't know the number?
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, general public comment.
I have here a 4-page list of fees from the prothonotary. And I'm not sure if the commission is part of the process where you decide what the fees are going to be and what the, not just how much they are, but what fees are going to be charged.
Ma'am,
And,
sorry, first, could I ask you to state your name for the
oh,
record?
sorry, Diane Gochin.
Ms. Goshen, the fees by the Prothonotary's office are generally set by statute and by the judiciary branch. The county commissioners are not involved in the setting of the fees.
Well, let me just answer that, because every county is having different fees. So I don't think that's true. I don't think that the Judiciary Committee is sitting there and deciding out of 67 counties who's going to charge what. That is being regulated locally here somewhere. And not only that, we have local court rolls, which are being done locally and not by the judiciary in the state. And it causes a lot of confusion, and it's a huge problem. And one of the main issue that I'm here for is, when I first came into this court in divorce, and I'm still in it after 11 years for no reason, other than that they're charging me, they had 191 standard court fees. I think this was about 1 page long when I first came here 10 years ago. It's now 4 pages long, and 51 of those are specifically geared towards family court, the fleecing of families to pay to see your children. The one that I think is most interesting is for dissipation of assets, $68.75. And actually, I have one of those motions outstanding for 9 years. And so, for you saying that this is not under the control of Montgomery County, that is quantifiably and qualitatively false.
So
Someone
just
here
clarify,
is,
there are many aspects to Montgomery County, and my comment was that it is not under the purview of the county commissioners, which is
okay.
the matters.
Well,
that are
you
named to this
fund
meeting.
the judiciary here, isn't that correct? You fund the prothonotary, that you have a budget that goes to them, and I think we can presume pretty much that in order to pay their salaries, they had to drum up these fees, and that you must have approved them. And there's also another issue here, is that when you want to file in form of papyrus, which means after they run you out of money, you no longer have the money for the fees, it's the only form that you cannot get online. They make you drive down here to get that form and file. They make it very difficult. And I've been through this with Mark Levy. I believe he's a county employee.
No, he is the independently elected prothonotary of Montgomery County.
Well, who's paying him?
His budget which is set by statute, comes from.
So, and as I said last time I was here, some of this money goes into the county general fund, doesn't it? None of the money from the prothonotary goes into your county general fund?
The fees do flow back into the county.
Well, there you go, okay? This is a county issue. And this is a disgrace. I mean, people are being fleeced here in court to see their children. I mean, miscellaneous custody order, $68.50. Divorce extra counts for custody visitation, $76.25. Divorce extra counts for dissipation of assets, $67.75. An annulment, $300. I mean, I'm just going through these. 51 of these are just geared towards families that are the most vulnerable at the worst times in their lives. And I can tell you that a representative, or I think it was a senator, Matt Baker, tried for 25 years to get this moved into the Department of Health and Human Services. And it was blocked by Senator Greenleaf, and thank the Lord that he's gone. But, this is ethically and morally repugnant, that you are charging people to come in here and that you ramp this up like this so that you can pay friends and family. And I also want to say that as far as the issue that I brought up as Mr. Lawrence getting on this board, as I emailed some of you, and there was an article in the paper by you, Dr. Arkush, stating how wonderfully qualified he was for this. He gave $5,500 in campaign contributions to Josh Shapiro over the last 10 years. I don't call that, an arbitrary appointment. And some of you have relatives working for the county. And this is where the money's coming from. People like me and like Elaine sitting here and 100 other people that I know across the state of Pennsylvania, that their counties are doing this. We had Article 5, Section 10C passed in 1968, was to form a unified judicial system. Unified, which means you would have the same court rules, the same fees. It's 67 different counties with all different fees depending on how much money they want and how much they want to pay friends and family that are occupying all these cases. And this has bankrupted people and pushed people into foreclosure. And then you've got your sheriff's sale fees, whatever percentage that is, after you cause the foreclosure. And as you are aware, I have a case that they can look up in the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. They can look it up under my last name and see the accusations against the justice system and the case against this county. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Elaine Mickman. I'd like to actually follow up on what Ms. Goshen said. And I'm here to propose and urge an immediate implementation of a county policy to waive filing fees and transcript costs for residents who are receiving or qualify for public assistance for family matters in court or for defendants in legal matters. The county funds the court, which regularly, from my experience, violates Pennsylvania Title 23, and harm is being done to the families rather than mitigating the harm. That's specifically what Title 23 is about. Again, the court, which is funded by the court, has caused also a conflict between Article 1 and Article 5 in the Pennsylvania Constitution, specifically Article 5, 10C, and litigants are being denied due process, and they're also, which is even worse, low income are being denied access to the court. So people can't even file it for legal matters. And I'm talking about even the most minimal, which is child support. People can't even afford to file for child support. This is an outrage. You can't file for appeals, which is a violation of the Constitution. It's Article 5, Section 9. So again, therefore, I am proposing and urge the commissioners to have their own county policy waiving fees so that indigent and low income are not at the mercy and forced to go before the judiciary that regularly rubber stamp denies fee waivers. And it's an absolute conflict to have to go before a judge asking them for a fee waiver, because this allows the judiciary to be a gatekeeper, to even decide before you go into a court if you can't even access the court. So I'm strongly urging this, and this is, if the county has plenty of money to fund all sorts of other things, including that court, then they should be giving funding equally to the residents as well. And I really have pointed out, I'm really referring more to indigent and low income. And it's a very simple process, by the way. It doesn't require all sorts of brainstorming. If somebody qualifies and has been qualified for public assistance, then they should be qualified for a fee waiver for these different, if they have to file in court. And you might refer to Pennsylvania Rule 4008B. It states in there that anybody who's receiving 125% of the poverty level qualifies for fee waivers. So there's your work. It's already finished for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm already up, so is that okay?
Of course.
Pauline Braccio from Tomlinson Township. You know, I'm probably going to be talking about what these two ladies just talked about in a way. Gary Klein is the one who basically runs the show when it comes to child support. And I know that you keep saying judiciary, but I'm not asking you to do anything to the judiciary. Gary Klein is an employee of the county. He was hired by commissioners, not you, because he was hired, I don't know, back in, I guess, 1999 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what year he came on board. But as you just said earlier about these appointments, you know, they serve at the pleasure of the commissioners. So he is under your purview. He's not under the judiciary. He doesn't answer to them. He uses them and they use him so they can collude, so they can do illegal orders, so that they can hurt the families. And that's what's happening. And it's just really the Family Justice Advisory Board or Judiciary Advisory Board was, I thought, I could be wrong, was put together to help families get through the process. But that's not what's happening. Instead, it's like you guys, and you're on it, so you're in it. So you can't deny that you're not in it. So if you're supposed to be getting together to help the families, it's more like you got together as a collusion so that anytime somebody has a question, you just point the finger to the next person in the circle. And by the way, when Judge Del Ricci said that Butler County has something like this, I called Butler County, and they don't have something like this. So he called, what did he do, call all 66 other counties and found one across the state that has something like this? You know, it's a simple phone call to verify. I don't understand why people, especially a judge, who's supposed to be honest and, what's the word I want? Yeah, thank you. No, they don't. They don't have integrity. No. This state has the worst rating. F- is the rating for Pennsylvania judiciary. And that is a shameful thing and nothing to be proud of. And whether you are directly over them or not, you are a resident here as well. You're a citizen of Pennsylvania. And you should be concerned about the corruption in the judiciary in this county and in the state. And it's like you don't care because, you know, I don't know how much money you're getting from it, but they're screwing people over left and right. And Gary Klein is the pin lynch, or the linchpin, whichever way you want to say it. He needs to be removed. I heard a rumor that he's retiring in July. Well, I think that he needs to be stopped before July, because who knows how much money he's going to be leaving with by the time July comes around. Thank you.
Any other public comment? All right. No, you used your full 5 minutes? Ms. McMahon?
I do not know.
Okay.
She didn't use all 5 minutes. I was just going to say, instead of that $400 million injustice center, why don't you use it towards the citizens, the residents?
Are there any closing commissioners' comments?
I just want to acknowledge some of our Montgomery County employees. Yesterday, as I was returning to the building, there was a senior citizen who had been wandering around. She had come to pay her taxes, and she had lost her car. So Jen from Domestic Relations was actually walking with her for a while to try to help her find her car. They couldn't find the car, brought her inside. She was very cold. We're not sure how long she was out there. The sheriff's deputies at the front door were just awesome. They got her a chair, they got her a blanket, and then ran into Barbara O'Malley, who called to Adult and Aging Services. Francis came over, got her settled down, contacted her daughter, who took a taxi here. The deputies actually went out to find her car. They took her keys, walked around and found her car. So it happens every day, but I was just grateful to be able to witness our county employees and how they rise to the occasion when our citizens are in need.
Thank you.
It'd be nice if you guys would rise to the occasion too.
I'll now announce our next meeting, which will be March the 21st, 2019. And with that, take a motion to adjourn the March 7th, 2019 meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lawrence,
Second.
by Commissioner Gale. Any board comments, public comments? Hearing none, we'll move to vote. Any negative votes? Meeting is adjourned. Ms. Pardue. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, members of Salary Board. You should have in front of you a final copy of the Salary Board list. It is a 3-page document dated Wednesday, March 6, 2019, with a timestamp of 2:48 p.m. Of note, we have 3 retirees: Laurie O'Connor from Children and Youth after 33 years, Albert Donnell from the District Attorney's Office after 19 years, and Deborah Brown from Domestic Relations after 20 years. All positions have been reviewed and accounted for and are presented for salary board consideration.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the March 7th, 2019 salary board presentation as given by Director of Human Resources, Ms. Donna Pardue, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same?
So moved.
Moved by Controller Sanchez.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Any general public comment on salary board? Okay. Then I will take a motion to adjourn the March 7th, 2019 meeting of the Montgomery County Salary Board.
So moved.
Moved by Controller Sanchez.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Public comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.